We're going, Claricia. How are you?
I am wonderful.
All right.
Yes,
If
thank you.
if you happen to catch this, or you're watching a replay, or Claricia shares this out with you, this is Nikki, that damn triplet. Excuse me, I'm messing up on my own name. And I'm here with Claricia Myers, who smashed the 21-day video challenge within the Women's Connection. And so, Claricia, did you get them? Did you get all of
Yes, ma'am. I
those?
got them all. Thank you. I was surprised.
You were surprised. So we were surprised to have you just dive in. So did you do 21 days straight? What was your secret?
Again, I wasn't doing it for anyone. I was doing it for me. So
Okay.
that was my motivating force
Okay.
for myself.
And did you do it in 21 days? Did you do it in 10 days? How'd you do it?
I did every single one in the 20. Well, I say 20 because there was no 21 folder, and I didn't know was that my signal to go live,
Right.
and was like, no, I'm not. I'm not there yet. So
Yeah, the 21-day challenge. And it's crazy because we got it maybe early November when we had just started getting really into the Women's Connection deep. And she sprung it on us. And I was like, Layla, I don't even know half the answer to this myself. And you want me to, share it with other people. And so it's crazy when you first jump into a group and you got
yes.
to expose yourself like that. Did you think that was weird?
Because again, I thought when I started the challenge, oh, I said, okay, this is fine. This is just perfect for me. I can record all whatever and just upload it in the Women's Connection, and nobody has to see it, and I could just be me. But on day 3, when she said, you have to ask for help, ask for support, I said,
Yep.
and so I was just fighting with myself about going forward. I said, oh no, I got to do this. I have to do this. So
Yeah. I wish you would have put the support like on day 10 or 11 because the day 3 is where we lose a lot of people. It's hard to go out, and especially if you've never been doing videos. And the
right.
craziest thing is I love videos. I love being in front of the camera. But when she gave us that 21-day video challenge, and then she was like, oh, you can't just tell us, you got to tell people. I was like, oh, no, that means people really going to see this. And that
Yeah.
was the hardest part. So a couple of questions. I think we kind of know. What was your easiest day?
Oh, yes, the sitting spot. That was my easiest because the area was just so, I was hurrying trying to get over there because the sun was going down, and I thought it was going to be too dark to record. And that was the first day I did it all in one take.
One take.
One take. Because I was never satisfied with what I, recorded. And it's like, no, let me do that again. And then afterwards I said, you know what? I think that's the day that I made my decision to just, whatever the product, I'll just
Yeah.
upload the first take.
Yeah, I
So,
think that's the one I saw. And you was like, you know what? I'm not doing these cuts anymore and trying to get it right. And from here on out, what
yes.
y'all get is what y'all get. And the funniest thing is you say, yeah, that was your easiest day. That was kind of a challenging day for me. And I kind of got a little upset with myself because I was the complete opposite. I feel like I'm outside all the time. I feel like, but then she said, well, go to your spot. And I kind of got down on myself, like, how do you not have an outside spot? Like, where do you? But the craziest thing is it forced me to get outside and get me a spot more fine. And I have these great Corona chairs in the front of my house. And it's something so simple as that. So I've been making more time. I actually think I shot a video or did a Facebook Live in my Corona chairs. It made me appreciate what I had outside.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being the easiest, what was the hardest?
Talking about, I think it was day 18. No, 19, day 19. That's the one talking about, I think it was what was the topic? I'm trying to think of what it is. But it was where I had to share with the public. I'm trying to think what the topic was. Day 19, I know, because a lot of people responded to that. I'm trying to think of what the topic, but it was where I was talking about the separation in my family, and, you know, missing my mom, and just things,
Was
how
it
I wish they were better, they were different.
what made that day so challenging?
I went to see my counselor, my therapist, and I told her what I thought I was going to do. And she said, you don't have to because everything is so raw. I can wait until I'm more prepared already. But I said, no, I need to deal with what's facing me now. Because at the beginning of the videos, when Layla said to dig deep within yourself.
She gave me a speech today about that.
And I said, well, I can talk about something that I've overcome, some challenge or something. That's what it was. A challenge that we have, or I had, that I've overcome. And I wouldn't say that I've overcome that challenge yet because I'm still dealing with it, but it's what's facing me right now. And then I have to think of the future. I can't look back and try to relive the past. I have to just move forward. So that was my hardest.
That was the hardest. Well, I mean, I can tell you smashed it, and we greatly appreciate it. So out of all the days and everything you had to do, what's the biggest takeaway? What was the biggest thing that you got out of it, besides, learning the techie part and learning to look right here at the dot? Because Layla always talks to us, if you're watching this in the Women's Connection, that's the reference we're making too. She always says, look at the dot, look at the dot. So besides that, the techie things you got out of it and looking straight and addressing your audience and call to action, personally, what did you get out of the 21-day video challenge?
I felt like a burden has been lifted off of me. That's how I feel. It's almost like, not that I'm making an excuse, but I have a lot of family that's all over everywhere that were connected to Facebook. And I felt like maybe people were expecting me to do certain things, especially in the family of the situation. And many don't know that I've reached out, I've done everything, and I didn't know what else to do. So I have to let go.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah. And doesn't that feel good?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels like, I even told for Mother's Day, my girls came in, well, Mommy, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't care. I just feel great. I would do anything. So it just felt like a burden has been lifted off of me. I'm true to myself, and I'm true to, that's just being authentic, and transparent.
Did you ever see yourself doing 21 days telling 50 million strangers all your personal business?
Like, again, when I started the challenge, I didn't know it was going to be like that. I thought I can just do it all within the walls of the Women's Connection, and nobody had to see it, and I'll be just fine because, I can still be myself. But, I think day 1 was, who are you and why are you here? Day 2, well, who are you really?
Who are you really?
And it's like, I thought I answered that.
I thought yesterday we talked about who I am. And then she dives right into the fears on day 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then ask for support, or I don't know if that's day 3 or 4, but.
Right. And then,
that's when I realized.
Story. Yeah. That's when you got it.
Yeah. And so I was, again, fighting with myself. Should I continue or should I just quit? And I said, no, I can't quit this because it's for me. I need to delve in and be active. My fears will not go away unless I face them. And I had to face them every day for 21 days.
20.
Because, there were several. I couldn't just focus on one, because there are multiple things.
Right.
All that have affected me and made me want to withdraw. And I didn't think people don't want to hear my woes, so I didn't want to share them. But for me, therapy is being able to speak about it.
Right.
And kind of callous my feelings over somewhat. And I don't want to say callous because I'm not hard, and it's still very much affected. Ooh, I don't know what. Okay, that subject is so really sensitive for me.
And I understand the way that you're talking about it. The craziest thing is, that you could start the 21-day challenge over right now. And all of your things probably could be totally different.
Different, yeah.
And
I never even thought about doing that again.
I would definitely not. but it could be so effective in what everything else that we're doing, like if we're going through a different time or a transition or, you know, a new age in life. It's so crazy that we could go back to that 21-day challenge and it would start us and put us and give us a whole new perspective. And I believe that's why she probably starts us out so rough, not for us to know who we are and for other women to be like, oh, okay, so that's Clarissa, she's this. Now we know who she is. But in order for us to be able to say to people, seriously, this is who I am. This is why I'm in this group. And where do we go from here? So I think that's why she did that. So let's get to the Women's Connection.
Okay.
How'd you get here and what are you looking for?
Okay, well, I was sitting at my computer one day and I saw, I didn't know her at the time, but Denise came on and she was talking about mompreneurs.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you know, because I'm in the back of my mind, I knew I was going to be retiring because my husband suffered a stroke. He had one in June and then he had another one. He's a teacher just like as I am. And so being forced to try to be there for his needs, and after I exhausted the FMLA with him,
right.
I went back to work, and it was very difficult because I was trying to be there for him and take him to his appointments, and then at school, it's very demanding as a teacher. You know, there's not much time to do anything else, and so I was having a hard time trying to balance everything and to, you know, carry the torch, you know, and work on my A game all the time. And with, you know, losing my mom and not being able to attend her funeral and all the other things that went on, it just pulled the carpet from under me.
Right.
And I just felt like I wasn't doing anything well. Anything. Ooh. I have to breathe. Because again, it's a very sensitive subject. And so I said, well, look, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be there for my husband because coming so close to losing him kind of put everything in perspective for me.
Right.
And I felt he needed me more than my students needed me.
Right.
And so with all that was going on, then I was suffering with anxiety, you know, just fidgety all the time.
Yes.
Oh. Hard subject. So I needed to find me again.
Right.
And I talking with Denise, and she helped me to get set up with my digital marketing business. But then when it came time to know, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to get on camera and how I've invested all of this to be able to do that. And here I am stuck. And so I said, okay, I have to get over this fear. And she told me about the Women's Connection. And I think she sent me a couple of links. But even with the digital business, she sent me a number, but I didn't notice it.
Right.
My mind was everywhere else.
Right. I understand.
So Layla, I was listening to her one day and she said, focus on one thing.
Yep.
That jumped out. I can't remember what it was, but I was listening to her and because I was overwhelmed, you know, I started 2 businesses, you know, couldn't follow through with those and trying to do school and trying to take my husband to his appointments and dealing with issues with my mom. And I kind of shut down.
Right. Right.
And I knew I had to be on top of things so I can be there for my husband and do what needs to be done for him. This is so very...
No, you're fine. You're fine.
And so when I got into the Women's Connection, I decided, you know, that stood out for me, the 21-day video challenge. And I said, I need to do that. I didn't see anything else. I saw that. I mean, there were other things there, but nothing pulled me as that did. And so to start it, I couldn't even really press the record button. I found everything else to do. trying just to procrastinate, and I was crying. I was. I tried to do a video with my husband for the marketing, the digital marketing business, but my energy, you know, I have a way that I say I step into my other self.
Right.
I have two, I wouldn't say two personalities, but I can step into my other self, my public self, whatever.
Right. Yes.
And my reserve self. And I just was stuck in my reserve self, couldn't get back there. But my husband was with me, and I was trying to do it, and I was doing okay, but the energy levels here for me and his energy levels here,
Was
and
down
just
there.
we were not. So I said, let me just do it. And I did a quick little video and put it out there, but I couldn't keep that persona up, you know, because, you know, I didn't feel like I was being transparent, because I was, that's my, you know, my other self.
Yes.
So I had to, I think someone was talking and they said, you know, if you have a business, or if you got to be here, this is where you have to perform. But if you're right here, you can't just expect God to bless you here, and you're not there. I have to gradually move to that point. So that's how I visualized it. That's why I said, okay, this is what I need to do. And that's how I got into the Women's Connection group.
And so I think you kind of mentioned it. You kind of, well, without talking products, you do have a product, that an online business that you're working, correct?
Yes.
And so from the 21-day challenge and the Women's Connection and things that we've been doing, do you see, or do you feel how this can help you to be a better that?
Yes, definitely. And I said to my husband, because, you know, he's, like I said, I got introduced to two different online businesses.
Right.
And I was trying to do, and I was like scatterbrained, and nothing was flowing, and you know, trying to read like the manual and technical stuff, and I just kind of, I got so overwhelmed. I couldn't do anything. And it could have been just something simple, but it wasn't meshing in my brain.
Right.
So one of my friends, she introduced me to a product that could help my husband, you know, with the health, with his memory, that helps to detox your system, to get your body in tune, and, you know, because your body can heal itself if it has the right things in it. And so I started that first because it was helping him. And I said, well, I need something for myself too. So I started taking that. And then I saw Denise. I said, yeah, I can do that. And I just was all over the place.
Right.
Sometimes I still feel I'm all over the place. But the Women's Connection group, the video challenge, helped me to focus on one thing. And that's all I was seeing. I had to put everything else on the back burner, though I'm still working them all. But I had to work it as I'm ready for it. You know, it was too much. I was overwhelmed, you know. So I told my husband, like I said today, I said, I need you to come and help me make this video. Because, you know, here you were, didn't even know who I was, couldn't recognize yourself, didn't even know he was in the hospital. And bouncing back, he's doing a whole lot better. And I want him to join me because he's my best friend. And the thought of losing him, it's not an option.
And all of this that you're telling me, I promise you, when you start to tell everyone else, you don't have to do any more marketing of any other product. Once someone sits here and has cried with you and they have no idea why they crying with you, they're going to buy into anything that you're selling, you're giving away. They just want to know that someone feels or can relate. And you are do you know how many, I'm not going to say you know how many yous there are, but do you know how many women are sitting there? Mom, we're just dealing with that. My husband is my rock, but now I have to be the rock, and I can't imagine. He's still my rock, and I look like the rock, but I can't imagine life without my rock. And can you imagine how many women are going through that right now, and they don't even know where to go with it. And then they're online, and there is this woman, and she's dealing with the exact same thing. But turn the camera, there's her husband. Turn the camera back to her. They're having a great time, and she has made the time. And it wasn't easy to make the time, but this woman has made the time, and she let us see it. You don't think they're going to follow you everywhere
Well,
that you go? And it's not about focusing on one thing. It's about you can do multiple things. I don't encourage being all over and having 50 million signs on your page, because then you start to look like Vegas with all the lights pointing here.
Right.
But there is nothing wrong with walking around or being a useful resource for whatever people need. There might be a woman struggling and her husband just needs a little bit of bounce back because he's gone through what you've gone through. And just by her watching you, she says, you know what, Reese, I don't know what you're over there doing and how you and your husband bounce back so fast. Girl, I love it. And that's when the private message would come and say, you know what, it's been a long journey and a struggle. But with that, he has also been taking this, and girl, it has added a little step.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you haven't solicited her. She reached out to you and was trying to figure out what. At the same time, you might be on vacation with your husband, and somebody was like, well, wait a minute. I could have swore she was just crying, and she said her husband had 2 strokes. She couldn't retire. Mom's gone. She had issues with that. How in the world is she on a cruise to Norway right now? And then that's when she says, Reese, with all the struggles you have been going through and we've been seeing, girl, how are you on Disney Norwegian? And you say, girl, after all of that, I just took the plunge and I did this.
Right.
So you can have multiple avenues. And that's where I'm so glad that you understand where the women's connection comes in and just teaches you how to be that resource instead of being the walking billboard, if that makes sense.
Right.
So
I'm trying to make the fan page, and I'm like, then I sent her an email. Denise, I don't know. Well, what do I use for the background? She said, don't worry about that. So I said, okay, I don't need to worry about that right now. So I'm just, I just want everything to be set up right, because.
And what is right? Soon as right gets set up, something else right comes along. So,
True.
I'm not going to say things aren't going to be right. You do want things to be right.
Right.
But there are some things that right is going to be so minute, people aren't even going to care. If you've ever looked at my fan page, I got a picture of me skydiving with a white guy strapped to my back. Not one time has anybody ever messaged me and said, hey, Trip, so your top header, I don't quite get it. Can you explain to me? Nobody. It doesn't mention a product. It doesn't mention anything. It's me with my mouth wide open, jumping out of a plane. Because honestly, anybody that knows me or gets to know me or knew me way back, they know that is the type of personality I am. I'm out of the plane. I'm jumping, mouth wide open. And in the picture, I was probably saying something because I'm always talking. And so that's right for me. If I put, get your freedom with Trip, would I click on one of those pages? I probably wouldn't. So I, attract people that probably think the same as me. I'm looking for those people who are willing to jump out of the plane with me, who are willing to just take the plunge and live life on the edge. And I think that's what my picture says. I never really thought about that when I put it up there, but that was one of the most daring things I had ever done in life. And I said, you know what, if I'm going to be all open on my Facebook page and this was a new world, it was daring to me, that picture fit. So, don't worry about, like she said, don't get caught up on what's going to be get caught up on what you're giving them in the page. Half the time, they're not even going to see that. They're going to see a post come from you, and they're going to click that post. And then they're going to see what's in that post. And then they'll probably start scrolling down and see what's underneath that post. It'll probably be when they're searching to find you again, the very first time that they see your background. I'm not going to say it's not what's going to attract them, but exactly as Denise said, some of those things are so minute. You started probably in an amazing place, getting you set up, getting past the things that you needed to get over. So now talking about business is going to be nothing because you've already talked about the personal space. You've already talked about stuff that you haven't even probably talked to maybe your husband about,
Right.
you know, or at least let him know, baby, I'm going to get online and tell the world about what we're going through. You probably didn't even run that by him.
No, I did not.
And you did it. So
Mhm.
now after doing that, getting on and telling somebody, you know what, I have this product and it's amazing and it'll do X, Y, and Z. And they say no, and you say, all right, cool. So you know what? I got this product. It's nothing now.
Right.
And I believe that's why she starts us over that way. She gives us the fears, the rejection, the denial. She makes us give them to ourselves
Right.
so that now it should just be you saying free selling. You know, you should be, like you said, pretty much relieved. And I'm so glad that you're already getting that from what you're learning with us. So, Daily Connect, let's talk about it. How do you feel about lives? Have you done any lives? Do you watch the Daily Connects?
Oh, I saw. I think last night was my second time officially on Daily Connect, and I was coming. I was on my way home. I was at least 20 minutes away from home.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh no, I can't miss it." So I called in on my phone, and Layla said, "Someone calling in." I said, "It's me, Clarissa." I said, "I'm on my way home." She said, "Well, be safe," because you're driving. Yeah. So I got home, and as soon as I got in, I still had the phone listening in, and I got on the computer and I logged in, and so I didn't miss a word. So I was there for.
So that sounds like a talking circle.
Yeah, maybe it's at the Turkey.
So the
Daily Connect is the 12:30, right?
Yes. Well,
okay.
What time zone are you
in? Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, I'm in Houston, so I'm Central Standard Time. So to me, every day it's 11:30. But yes, I'm talking about the 11:30, 12:30, anywhere from 5 to 15, 20-minute value that we give. Have you got in on them?
Yeah, I got Denise did it today, and I think Angel did it last Friday.
Fulfillment Friday. Angel did last Friday. Yeah. Three things to get over. Rejection and regret and Angel, if you're watching this, I promise I watched your Daily Connect. We're just on the spot.
Okay.
Okay. But at least you know. But yes, definitely. And anybody watching the replay, go back and watch Angel's Fulfillment Friday.
And Beth, was it Beth yesterday? She was, was it?
Yesterday was Monday. It was Joan. It was Joan. How to crush your goals.
Yes.
So yes.
So I got Friday yesterday and today.
Okay. So what do you think about the Daily Connects as opposed to videos?
Well, they're great. I mean, because you can interact directly with someone.
Yep.
You know, you can see their comments. You know, they may give you an idea because it's live. You know, you get the feedback. You get little hearts and flowers and, you know, thumbs up or whatever, feedback right away. So sometimes I'm wondering if I go live, then my brain is I'm going to forget everything I was planning to talk about. And I saw somewhere, I think Layla had like a cheat sheet or something.
Yes, we do have a cheat sheet. I'm glad she said that for anybody watching a replay. And if you're elite, yes, we do have a cheat sheet for you. It's in the back office. And if you don't know where to find it, holler at one of the coaches and we'll shoot that out to you. So yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Well, I'm just thinking it's just us. I didn't know that this was going to be played later.
Well, I'll definitely send it to you, but I usually put them up on my YouTube page. They're unsubscribed, but anyone who subscribes to my page, they have the option of seeing it. So there's really nothing we're going on about right here. And if you don't want it on, we'll definitely won't. But I do share within the coaches. You might be in an accountability group and your coach might want to know what are some of the things that we need to work with Clarissa, and she doesn't tell me. And she might go on here and see what you and I found. You know, there might be someone new to the Women's Connection. And you know how you did the 21-day video challenge. Right. And I don't know if you did it like I did it. There would be some days when we were doing it, Layla gave the topic every day. You didn't know, like with you can go look at all of the topics.
I
On
didn't because I
And see,
didn't.
that's great.
I,
On day
I,
7, we would
yeah.
get day 7, and the only thing we could reference was the other 6.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there were people who would do the videos way ahead of me. So I could go, and if I didn't understand the topic, or if I couldn't just find what I needed to do that video, I would go reference someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing as that maybe someone will see this and say that, the newbie that came in and crushed it, and how did she do it? They might want to watch this because they're a newbie. They're trying to figure out how to crush it and what you did. And that would be probably the reason that they would click on this video. So,
well, for me, I chose not to look ahead because knowing about my fears, like, oh, I can't talk about that, and I may have quit. So
right.
I had to look at each folder, whatever the topic was for just that day, because I couldn't think about anything else, just that day, and I can get through that day. So I didn't do anything. There was one day, I think it was day 3. I was procrastinating to do it, and I felt a little tired. I said, well, you know what? I'll lay down, get a little nap, and when I'll feel refreshed and I can do it. But when I woke up, it was 1:30 in the morning or something like that. And I knew I felt better doing it outside because I like the nature outdoors than inside, because when I look back and I don't like that, and I don't like that. That was before when I first started. So I decided I'm going to try to do them all outside. So it didn't work. Rainy days some days, and yeah.
So now we're going to transition your 21-day video challenge to, we're going to start you with lives. And it's not a requirement, but let me tell you what lives do. And we did a 21 or 30-day live challenge, and it went the same way. Layla will wake up in the morning and devise that evil plan that she's known, and maybe at 9 o'clock in the morning, a topic would come out. And you would see it, and we'd be like, oh, and everyone would have to do a live on it. You would have to do it the exact way that we do the Daily Connect. You were to market it, tag people in it, give plenty of time for people to participate and say they'll be on, and then do your live, get the feedback, and go from there. And it was amazing, the response. We had some people who couldn't make it through the 21-day video challenge, but they just completely exploded on the live. And because it allowed them to forget about the techie stuff and just be them. And that, I believe, is why I love the Daily Connect and doing live so much. I thought I loved videos before, but the techie part makes me so frustrated. And if I get messed up on a word on a video, to me, I feel like I have to start all over because I have a hard time cutting and slicing. Whereas with a live, I can butcher a word or butcher a name, and then I'll say, sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm known to butcher, and keep going. And the feeling is so great. Plus, like you said, the interaction. I have people who I've been knowing forever, never seen them on one of my videos, never clicked it. They probably wouldn't even know where to find it. Half of them don't even know that I'm doing this internet marketing life. I shot a live the other day. I'm on in the middle of my front yard, and a guy I went to college with was on and wanted to talk and go back and forth. And I'm like, seriously? And I'm doing the video for the live for the Women's Connection, and he jumps on. So for that aspect, he didn't want to see the video trip, because him knowing me, he would look at the video and be like, that's not real. She's doing something, And some people, friends and family, might think that with you. And another way to break through to a whole nother audience, or break through to people who they don't want to hear the business, to see that it's a new you. Like some of the family might not understand you're on a different path, and you can tell them all day and you can shoot a video. But when they look at the video, they're like, that's not really her. She's got a script. She edited it. As opposed to you being on the live, like you and I are talking right now, and you're in the middle of doing a business presentation, and you're just going live at it. Oh yeah, my business is great. And right before it's over, you're pausing because something is just overwhelmed and the emotion is taking you over, and it's still rolling. And how many people stay, and how many people show you more love for that? Stuff like that you don't catch in a video. We usually cut it out. You know, that would be a different way that you would connect with the same audience. So maybe they're there already, and this would be a deeper connection that you would have with them. And if you shot a video and chopped that out.
Well, that was my problem. See, I'm techie challenged, so I know how to edit stuff. So what came out came out.
And see, that's why lives are so beautiful. And so I do want to challenge you to start with some of the lives. Do you have any reservations or hangups for going live?
Sometimes like butterflies want to come, you know, I'm like, okay, I know it's coming, but I'll not think about it right now. I'll think about it later. But probably when it's time, I'm going like, my hands all sweaty. You know, I'm going to stutter. I don't know. I have all these images of me just messing up, you know, because.
The way you do that is I'm going to extend a challenge to you. And it's outside of the Women's Connection, or you can do it within the Women's Connection. But I want to challenge you to introduce yourself live. I want you to fan page, personal page, whichever you would like to do. You can call it marketing or you can call it an announcement. But at least an hour prior, I want you to let the world basically know, you know what, I'm going to take a shot at this live thing. I would love to see who's going to come on. And we're just going to have a live meet and greet. I just want y'all to know who I am and what I'm doing, what's been going on in my world. Update. I know y'all been seeing the craziness going on with my family, with my mom. Today is going to be a meet and greet update. Whoever shows up, shows up. You market it that way. Just people, hey, I'm here. Let's talk.
Okay. So do I upload it to my own page? Not necessarily Women's Connections, or do I tag it, or what do I do?
I tell you this. You're talking about the marketing or the actual video? Because there is no uploading. When you hit live, it's going. And then, yes, once you shoot it and you finish that live, then yes, you have a recorded of your live, and you're more than welcome to put it in the Women's Connection bump and get you plenty of likes and loves. You're more than welcome to put it in our replay section. There's plenty of places you can put it for us. But you're going to either go live on your business page or your personal page, whichever one you want. If you don't want people knowing that you're doing the internet marketing thing yet, go on live and say, today, you know, a lot of y'all, we've been getting a lot of calls with the situation with my mom and my husband, and I really haven't had the time to say thank you to everybody. So today, I just want to go live, give y'all an update of where we are. Your husband can be there if he would like. You know, he could be sitting there. He can talk. Y'all can do the husband-wife thing.
That's what I want him to do with me.
And we just, you know, you're giving an update. I'm sorry, y'all, family, friends. I have not been trying to keep everything away from you all. Now, what I want you to be prepared for is it's going to be emotional, all kind of emotions. You're going to be anxious to do it. So you might mess up when it first starts. Hey, that's fine. Take your time. Breathe. It's live. How many conversations have you gone to introduce yourself and said something crazy and it's your own name? It happens. Keep going. Your husband's going to be there for support. Make sure your rock is there. You know, lean and be leaned on. But don't do anything serious. Just say, you know what? I'm going to break the ice of this live. Whoever shows up, shows up. And like I said, you can market it, and you can, please feel free to tag me when you market it. It doesn't have to do anything with business. But I would love to be there and you get introduced.
Cheer me on.
Yeah. And I'll go in with the comments and the questions and start it off. Once people see one person participating, you know, they start to participate. It makes them feel not so crazy too. But tag family and friends, tag whoever you want to give the update of where you've been, or the update of what you're doing, or whatever.
You make it seem exciting. So like I'm anxious now, ready to like, okay. Come on.
It is. It's free therapy, actually.
Yeah.
You know, depending on who comes on, it depends on what emotion it can pull out of you. Like, I play my videos so cool. I get on there and be ready, so cool. But let one of my college friends go, hey, how you doing? Hey. And then I mess up my whole little video. I turn into a little groupie. Hey, friends.
You know, the thing is too, I went to church, and you know, there are a lot of people who have been following and looking at my videos, but, you know, they never say anything or
Right.
comment or like or
Right.
whatever. And so when I went to church, you know, several people said, oh, the lady with the challenges. And I'm like, oh, did you see that? I didn't know that they were on there.
They're
Or
watching.
I've been watching. So I was surprised.
I say it all the time. If they're not liking, they're lurking. But trust me, they're there. And they want to give you the opportunity to see them and say something to them. And that's the great thing about the lives. Hey, y'all, if there's any questions, I know there's a lot of y'all wondering how my husband's doing. Come on, say hello. We just going, there's nothing. I'm going to be on 10 to 15 minutes. It's just hard for y'all to catch us two together. I know I'm normally working. I'm going to have my hair all the way down. My glasses is off. I'm in the bed, me and him, bottle of wine. See y'all at 9 p.m.
Okay.
Get in an aspect that feels comfortable to you. If you want to be cooking, let them in on what you're cooking so that when you feel like you're running out of things to talk about, you can say, hold on, let me grab these onions. Anybody cry when they chop onions? And it'll give you a whole nother way to bring, yes, ma'am, give you a different segue if you need it. You can get as personal as you want. You can get as silly as you want. This is just for you to feel
comfortable.
What a live feels like.
Yeah.
Because it's live.
I feel like I want to do one today.
And if you want to do one today, do one today. I mean, if it's there, that would be amazing. I actually had a 7:30 meeting that I need to let other people know got canceled today. 7:30 my time, so 8:30 your time. Right. A conference call. It's canceled tonight. So, you know, all of that. This is the only thing I say. And we do this with the Daily Connect. When you get ready and get started with the Daily Connect, we have guidelines. You would notify me within 24 hours, know that you're prepared. You would get on a list, any questions, we talk about it. And then I would also make sure the day before you advertise at least an hour in advance. And what I mean by advertise is the same thing I just told you. Put up an announcement. Hey, y'all, I'm going to be live. Now, with the Daily Connect, we ask you to put some thought in marketing, like how to crush your goals, or a picture of you and the crazy face. And it's like, do you want to know why I'm looking crazy? What I learned in my business from this crazy face, that's marketing. But with just your personal live, what I mean by marketing is, you know how Facebook allows us to do the red screen now or the blue screen now. When you type, it allows you to pick a colored background. If you just wanted to do that and say, hey, Facebook, me and you and wine at 9, see you there. That would be easy marketing. You don't have to go and get creative and get a graphic when you're just being personal. However you would invite the neighbor to come over, or however you would invite the family to come over, that's the same way you invite them into your life on your personal page, or sometimes on your business page. And your business page, sometimes you want those people to know you as a person. Invite them into your life personally. And they do it at night. When you're inviting them personal, if you just want to sit and talk, they do it in the middle of the day. I love Saturday afternoons because Saturday afternoons are just my days. My mama used to kick me out the house to clean up. And so we would have to find something to do all day. And now that I'm the adult, I feel like Saturday is that time. You clean up, you do little things, and it makes me feel like an adult. So Saturday afternoons, I like to do my open house with personal lives and just jump on without a subject. So if tonight feels great, do it tonight. Whatever you feel like your people will participate with, that's what you want to do. Your audience, your people that you want to talk to.
To be fair to him, I'm going to let him know so that we'll plan for it tomorrow. That way he's not like, because he may not be like, he may not have a problem with it, but, you know, well, maybe he might. I don't know. We'll see.
And if you have guidelines to your live, like you tell him, hey, baby, really, you just supposed to be the eye candy. Let me answer all the questions. Then give him the guidelines and let him prepare. But if it's free reign, say, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to reintroduce ourselves to people that we've been introduced to. We're going to introduce ourselves to new people. And we're just going to let people in for a second to our homes, the same as we would invite guests. And baby, do as much or as little as you would want. And that's it. No pressure. And if he gets on and he doesn't want to say anything, well, then that's your rock time to grab his hand, hold his hand, and take the lead. Answer the questions, and, you know, and don't make him feel obligated to do it. And maybe the next time. he'll
Right.
get on and maybe participate more. And notice I said the next
The
time,
next
don't let
time.
him off the hook.
Right.
Because
Right.
if y'all
right.
are going to be doing this together, yeah, a lot of
Mhm.
it you'll take the lead, but include him in. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I want you to understand how the lives can help your business. Again, I wanted to congratulate you on how great you did on this 21-day challenge. I
Thank you.
also want to let you know, as a coach and as someone who's doing the same thing, you saw how easy it is to get me. I'm here as much as I can be here. And right now, that is a ton. And
Mhm.
I want to get you on a daily connect. I'm a project manager, shameless plug. Anybody
Mhm.
watching this from the Women's Connection, holla at me. We got a contest coming up for June. So I would love, 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 love to get you on a daily connect. We got a little bit of days in May open, but we have a challenge open in June. And it doesn't have to be for the challenge, but I would love to highlight you for a day, work with you on a topic,
Okay.
and let you just dive in. So if you want to look at June and what feels good to you, the Daily Connect, Monday through Friday, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 Central Standard Time. Feel free to do Saturday and Sunday lives. They're yours.
Okay.
But the Daily Connect is just something that we provide quick value, anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. So you and I can get together. You give me a date. I'll get you on the calendar before the calendar fills up, because the contest in June is going to fill up quick, and we'll go from there. I'm expecting good things out of you, great things
Mhm.
out of you, because I just see it. I just saw it,
Mhm.
how you came in full force and was ready to work. And we don't get a lot of that. We get people who look the day ahead and say, oh man, tomorrow gonna be hard, so I'm just gonna chill after today.
Mhm.
Or we get a lot of ladies that get in and they'll support your videos. I got some people that click all my videos, watch all of them, but I can't do that with theirs because they don't do
Mhm.
any.
Mhm.
So I'm so
Mhm.
glad that you've been just as active as you've been active, and we appreciate it and we need it. And so get me plugged in on that live. Let me know when you and Wine and at 9 and live,
Okay.
and
Will
I'm
do.
there. You got my support. I tell you what, tomorrow's Wednesday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time till 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Pastor John Gray gonna have me. But anything else in that, you got me. I'm there. Just tag me on it, and I'll be there to support it, and I'm gonna share it out, and I'm gonna get as many people, and I'm gonna be asking questions. So if you don't want no personal questions, don't invite me to your live.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Well, I'm so glad that you made time for me. I'm so glad that it worked out for us to do this. Are you in an accountability group?
Yes, with Denise.
Okay. All right. And so Denise, if you watch this, I'm gonna make sure you watch this. We're holding her accountable, one live, and then June, and then she's gonna take off full force. And so Denise, shout out to Denise. She's one of our coaches that gets lovely ladies plugged into the Women Connection. So Miss Reese,
Thank you. Thank you
if
for having me.
where can we find you? What's your social media? Go ahead and give it to a shameless plug.
It's Reese's Domain.
Okay. That's
That's
your
Reese's
domain.
Domain.
Reese's
Yeah,
domain.
that's my page, my fan page I just made.
Hey, Reese's domain. So when y'all go to Reese's domain, make sure and wipe your feet. Don't track no mud or no junk into her domain. Come into
There's
that
nothing
peaceful
there
space.
yet.
We'll bring something to her domain when you come.
All
Miss
right.
Reese, I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you on more videos, more challenges, and more of our talking circles. I'm glad you got in on phone. People, no excuses. Dial in on your cell phone, but be safe. Layla said it.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Have a great one. Happy
You too.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.